Hello everyone, this video contains the detailed solutions of Nssb CET SE general portion. So let's start with the first question. The first question is from the current affairs, so we have to be updated with the latest one because this is 2023 question paper. So we know that there are 4 Grand Slams: Australia, French, Wimbledon, US. So Australia Open is played from Jan to Feb, French from June to July, Wimbledon from July to August, and US from September to October. So you also have to know the type of courts in which they are played. So Australia and US Open both are played in hard court, okay? And then French is played in clay court and Wimbledon is played on grass court. So the first edition of Australia Open was played in the year 1905, and then for French it was played in the year 1891, and for Wimbledon it was played in 1877, and US Open, the first edition, was played in the year 1881. So the winners of 2024 list. So Australia and then US Open both are played in hard court, okay? And then the winner is Jannik Sinner for both Australia and US Open in men's single. Similarly, for women's single, for Australia and US Open, the winner is same, that is Aryna Sabalenka, okay? She's from Belarus. For French Open and Wimbledon, okay, for men's single titles, both the title was won by Carlos Alcaraz, but for females are different, okay? For French, it was won by Iga Swiatek, she is from Poland, and then for Wimbledon, Barbara Bora, she won, okay, the Wimbledon Open. Now for men's doubles in Australian Open, okay, this becomes important because Rohan Bobana, he is from India. So for men's doubles in Australian Open, he won, okay, Rohan Bobana and then Matthew Ebden. Now players with the most Grand Slam titles, okay, so for male it's Novak Djokovic. This year in the 2024 Grand Slams, okay, Novak Djokovic, he didn't win even a single title. So in the option, if this question comes, okay, then don't mark Novak Djokovic, he didn't win any of the titles for 2024. So players with the most Grand Slam titles for male is Novak Djokovic, he won 24 titles, and then for female is Margaret Court, okay, and then she won 24 titles. Israel was recognized as a new nation in the year 1948. The rotation of the earth about its axis affects the direction of the wind. This force is called as Coriolis force. Now this Coriolis force is caused by the earth's rotation. Now this statement is important for Coriolis force. The Coriolis force is responsible for deflecting the wind towards right, okay, right in the northern hemisphere and then left in the southern hemisphere. If you see the previous year questions of Nssb, okay, this statement have already been asked, okay. So this statement is important from exam perspective. Just remember that Coriolis force deflects the wind towards the right, okay, right in the northern hemisphere and left in the southern hemisphere. Question number 4. Choose the correct statements about the inscription of King Ashoka. So all of the above statements are correct. Ashoka, he was the first ruler who tried to take his message to the people through inscriptions, and then most of the Ashokan inscriptions are written in Prakrit and Brahmi script, okay, but in Afghanistan, okay, Greek and Aramaic languages were used, so you have to be mindful of this one. And then there are total 33 inscriptions, okay, that was inscribed by Emperor Ashoka, and Ashoka is from the Mauryan dynasty, and British antiquary and colonial administrator James Princip, okay, this name is important because he was the first person to decipher Ashoka's edicts, okay, and these edicts are divided into rock edicts, pillar edicts, and cave inscriptions. And the rock edicts, there are major and minor. Under pillar edicts there are major and minor, and then cave inscriptions. So on the rock edicts there are 14 major rock edicts, okay, and sometimes in the exam they ask from this one, like in which of the edicts like prohibition of animal slaughter is mentioned, then your answer should be like major rock edict 1. So this becomes important, so you can go through this one. And then minor rock edicts, there are 15 minor rock edicts, okay, of Ashoka. Pillar rock edicts, so major pillar rock edicts are 7, okay. And these are the 7 major pillar edicts. So Ashoka is generally referred to as Priyadarshi in his inscription, okay, so this name. And then in the Maski inscriptions, okay, his name Ashoka has been mentioned. So this word Ashoka has been mentioned in Maski inscriptions. So Maski inscription refers to Ashoka as Devnam Priya Ashoka, or beloved of the gods Ashoka. So this inscription name is important. In the Babra rock edict and Aroha inscription, okay, it is another edict of Ashoka, but it does not mention the name, okay, of Ashoka, but instead it mentioned as Devnam Priya, or beloved of the gods. So you have to be mindful of the differences, okay. Question number 5. Which article of Indian Constitution is related with right to constitutional remedies? So that is Article 32. We know that the fundamental rights is enshrined in Part 3 of the Indian Constitution, and then fundamental rights has been borrowed from the United States of America, and it is also known as the Magna Carta of India and the conscience of the Constitution. Now there are 6 fundamental rights: right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, right to constitutional remedies. So you have to know the 6 fundamental rights, okay, and then the articles from which to which. So here if you see that there is no Article 31. So Article 31 was right to property, okay, but now it has made a legal right under by the 44th Amendment, okay, by 44th Amendment, and then now it has made a legal right under Article 308. So this is important. Now fundamental rights, they are not absolute, and then they are subjected to reasonable restrictions. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is the chairman of the drafting committee. Now he considered the right to constitutional remedies as the heart and soul of the constitution. So we have to know that Article 32 is the heart and soul of the constitution. The writ issued by the court to inquire into the legality of claim of a person to public office, that is quo warranto. So we know that there are 5 writs: habeas corpus, mandamus, certiorari, prohibition, quo warranto. So you have to know the meaning of the writs, okay. Habeas corpus means you may have the body, mandamus means we command, certiorari means to be certified, and then quo warranto means what is your authority, and then the purpose of issue. So these writs are issued based on different purposes, so you have to know when these writs are issued. So the purpose of the issue is very important. Next question: which one of the following appointment is not made by the governor of state? So Advocate General, chairman and members of the State Public Service Commission, vice chancellors of the different universities. So these are all appointed by the governor of a state, but chief justice, okay, and other judges of high court, okay, these are not appointed by the governor of state. Now regarding the governor of state, okay, governor is the titular head or the constitutional head of the state, and he is an important link between the central and the state government. Now the president of India, on consultation with the prime minister of India, appoints the state governor for 5 years, and if the governor wants to resign, then he can resign by writing a letter to the president of India. Now for the appointment of governor, okay, if any person wants to be a governor of a state, then he should be a citizen of India. He or she should attain the age of 35 years, and he or she should not hold any office of profit, and he should not be a member of the either house of the parliament or legislative assembly. Now the president can remove the governor from his office anytime, and then the governor is bound by the advice of the State Council of Ministers. Now the article 153 to 167, okay, so this article talks about the provisions related to the state governor. Now the present governor of Nagaland is Sri Ganesan. So here's a picture of Sri Ganesan. Next question. The British adopted a policy of non-intervention with the hilly people of Nagaland after the Battle of Kikruma. So Battle of Kikruma was fought between 11 to 12 February 1851, okay. And then Battle of Kohima, it was fought from 4th April to 22nd June 1944, okay. So these dates are important. And then Battle of Kohima is known as the Stalingrad of the East. The objective resolution in the Indian Constituent Assembly was introduced by, so it was introduced by Jawaharlal Nehru, okay. So you have to be mindful of this. Whenever we see the word Constituent Assembly, we tend to think the word we tend to take the options where B.R. Ambedkar is then, because he is known as the father of Indian Constitution, right? But the objective resolution in the Indian Constituent Assembly was introduced by Jawaharlal Nehru. It was moved by Jawaharlal Nehru in the year 1946, okay? So these are some of the facts related to Jawaharlal Nehru, okay? So he was the first Prime Minister of India, and then he served as the first chairman, okay? First chairman of the Planning Commission of India. He chaired the Planning Commission before and after independence, and he presided over many sessions of the Indian Science Congress. He was also the president of Federal Constitution Committee and Union Power Committee in the Constituent Assembly, and he was honored with Bharat Ratna in the year 1955, okay? And the National Herald was his newspaper, because he started this newspaper in the year 1938. And then the cremation ground of Jawaharlal Nehru is Shantivan, okay? His autobiography was Towards Freedom, okay? This was his autobiography. And then some of the important books, okay, that was written by Jawaharlal Nehru are The Discovery of India, Words of Freedom, an anthology, Letters from a Father to His Daughter, and Glimpses of the World. So these are some of the other important books of Jawaharlal Nehru. Now, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, he is also known as Baba Saheb Ambedkar or Modern Manu, okay? Now, he is known as the chairman, he was appointed as the chairman of the drafting committee of the Indian Constitution, and he is considered as the father of Indian Constitution. He wrote a 20-page autobiography, okay, about his experience with the untouchability, which is known as Waiting for Visa. He also participated in all three roundtables conferences held in London, and in the year 1936, okay, he founded the Independent Labour Party. He served as the first Law Minister of the Government of India, and then he was posthumously honored with the Bharat Ratna in the year 1990. So these are some of the books, okay, that was written by B.R. Ambedkar. In some exams, okay, the sequence of the books are asked, okay? So you have to know the sequence of the books. Now, Article 32, okay, as we have already discussed that Dr. B.R. Ambedkar called Article 32 as the heart and soul of the Indian Constitution. Chaita Bhumi is a memorial to B.R. Ambedkar and located in Mumbai. K.M. Munshi, okay, he was the first chairman of the Order of the Business Committee of the Constituent Assembly, and then he described the preamble of the Indian Constitution as the political horoscope of the Indian Constitution, okay? So this statement is important. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, our first president of India. Now, he was the first president of India from the year 1950 to 1962. And then he was elected as the permanent chairman of the Constituent Assembly. And he held the portfolio for food and agriculture in the interim government that was formed in 1946. And there is an award known as Dr. Rajendra Prasad Memorial Award, and it is associated with public administration, okay? India Divided was the book written by him. Which of the following battle established the Mughal Empire in India? So that is the first battle of Panipat. So the first battle of Panipat, second battle of Panipat, third battle of Panipat, okay? You have to know the years, okay, in which year it was fought and between whom it was fought, okay? So first battle of Panipat was fought between Babur and Lodi Empire, okay? And then Babur, they won this first battle of Panipat. And then this first battle of Panipat, it marked the beginning of the Mughal Empire in India. And also this was one of the earliest battles, okay, which involved gunpowder, firearms, and field artillery. So this battle of Panipat, the first battle of Panipat was fought in the year 1526, okay? And then the second battle of Panipat was fought between Hemu and Akbar, and then Akbar, they won. And then this battle was fought in the year 1556. Third battle of Panipat was fought between the Maratha Empire and the Durrani Empire of Afghanistan, okay? Now, Maratha Empire was defeated, and then the Durrani Empire, they won. Now, this third battle of Panipat was fought in the year 1761. Who among the following leaders described Gaidanlu as the daughter of the hills? So that was Jawaharlal Nehru, okay? So this Rani Gaidanlu, she was an Indian Naga spiritual and freedom fighter. And then these are some of the facts that are related to Gaidanlu. At the age of 13, okay, she joined the Heraka religious movement of her cousin Haipu Jadonang. And then within the Heraka faith, okay, she is considered as the incarnation of the goddess Chera Chamdinlu. The Naga Memorandum was submitted to the Simon Commission in the year, so it was submitted in the year 1929. Okay, the members of the Naga Club, okay, submitted the first Naga National Political Memorandum to the Simon Commission in 10 January 1929. Okay, and Naga Club was formed in the year 1918. So regarding Simon Commission, okay, the year 1927, 1928, 1929 and 1930, this 4 years are important because it was instituted in the year, the Simon Commission was instituted in the year 1927 and it came to India in the year 1928. Now the Naga Memorandum was submitted to the Simon Commission in the year 1929, and then in the year 1930, okay, the Simon Commission submitted its first report. So all these years are important. The total length of the coastline of India is 7516.6 kilometer. Okay, so this coastline, okay, the coastline of India constitutes of 9 states and then 4 UT. So the states are Kerala, Tamil, Karnataka, Goa, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Orissa, West Bengal, Gujarat. Okay, so these are the 9 states, and then the 4 UTs are Daman and Diu, Puducherry, Lakshadweep Islands, and then the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. And then Gujarat has the longest coastline, okay, that is 1600 kilometer. And then Andaman and Nicobar Islands has the longest coastlines among the states, among the Union territories. Next question, which is the lowest layer of the atmosphere? So that is the troposphere. Okay, so we know that in stratosphere we find ozone layer, and ozone day is celebrated on 16 September. We find in mesosphere we find the meteorites and the aurora borealis. Okay, so these are some of the small facts you have to brush up in your mind. The British government constituted the Simon Commission it was constituted in the year 1927. So this Simon Commission was an all-white commission, okay, without any Indian members. It consisted of 7 Englishmen, and then Sir John Simon was the chairman. So this Simon Commission, the main objective was to decide India's political future, but this Simon Commission was boycotted by the Indian politicians because this commission did not have any Indian members. Question number 16. Consider the following statements and answer the questions given below. It transferred the power of the East India Company in India to the British Crown. It appointed Secretary of State for India. The Governor General of India was given the title Viceroy. So the act mentioned above is the British Parliament Act 1858. Okay. This act abolished the company rule in India, and then it changed the designation of the Governor General of India by Viceroy. And then Lord Canning, okay, Lord Canning is the first Viceroy of India, and then it abolished the dual government, and then the Secretary of State designation came. Okay, so Charles Wood, he was the first Secretary of State of India. The atomic number for sodium is 11. 8 is the atomic number for oxygen, and 6 is for carbon, and then 12 is for magnesium. When a sailor jumps forward out of a moving rowing boat, the force on the boat moves it backwards. The law of motion applied in this case is, so this is third law of motion, that is, to every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Okay, first law of motion is also known as the law of inertia. Okay, so that means unless an external force is applied to a body, okay, the body remains in its position. So this is the first law of motion. And then the second law of motion is force is equal to mass into acceleration. The percentage of moisture present in the atmosphere as compared to at its full capacity at a given temperature is, so it is known as relative humidity. Humidity means the amount of water vapor or moisture that is present in the air, and humidity is always expressed as percentage. Okay, now there is absolute humidity, relative humidity, and specific humidity. So these are some of the types of humidity. Okay, which of the following articles state that no person shall be deprived of his life or personal liberty except according to law? So that is Article 21. Okay, Article 19 to 22 talks about the right to freedom, and then it is one of the fundamental rights. So Article 19 talks about protection of 6 rights concerning the freedom of speech and expression, assembly, association, movement, residence, and profession. Article 20 talks about the protection with respect to conviction of offenses. Article 21, right to life and personal liberty. Article 21A, right to elementary education, and Article 22, protection against arrest and detention in certain cases. The first World AI Safety Summit was held in London. So this is from current affairs. The first AI city in India is Lucknow, okay, and then the first female AI teacher in India is Iris. The first AI anchor in India is Sana, okay, and then the first regional AI news anchor is Lisa. The first AI-based film is Ira, and then John McCarthy is considered as the father of artificial intelligence. The Silk Road Tunnel is located in which of the district of Uttarakhand? So that is Uttarkashi. The book History of Naga Anthropology was written by Abraham Lota, and then The Raging Between the Hornbill Spirit are some of the books that was written by Abraham Lota. Next question, where is the Veer Samriti located? So in the question they have mentioned the Second World War Cemetery, okay, so that's why the correct option will be Kohima, okay. There is a Veer Cemetery located in Mokokchung also, okay, but in the question if they mention that the details like in Mokokchung, okay, that Veer Cemetery was dedicated to 357 Army and Assam Rifles personnel killed while fighting insurgency, okay. So if they mention all the details and then if they have given the options Mokokchung, okay, then your answer should be Mokokchung. But here in this case, okay, they have given in the bracket, they have written the Second World War Cemetery, and then in the options you can find only Kohima, right? So that is the reason why Kohima is the correct option. The Vice President of the Constituent Assembly of India was, so that is H.C. Mukherjee. So these are some of the facts about the Constituent Assembly. So M.N. Roy, okay, he proposed the concept of a Constituent Assembly for the first time, okay, and then Rajendra Prasad was elected as President of the Constituent Assembly with Vice Presidents V.T. Krishnamachari and H.C. Mukherjee. The Assembly's Secretary General was H.V.R. Iyengar, and then the Chief Draftsman was S.N. Mukherjee. B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman of the drafting committee, okay, so you have to know the chief draftsman was S.N. Mukherjee, and B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman of the drafting committee. And B.R. Ambedkar is also known as the father of Indian Constitution. And then the Constituent Assembly, it took 2 years, 11 months, and 17 days to be precise, okay, to complete the drafting of the Constitution for independent India. And then the Constituent Assembly had held 11 sessions covering a total of 165 days. So these are some of the important facts that is related to Constituent Assembly. The three methods of the amendment of Indian Constitution is enumerated in Article 368, okay. So the Constitution of India can be amended in three ways. It can be amended by simple majority of the Parliament, special majority of the Parliament, and special majority of the Parliament and the ratification of half of the state legislatures. Now Article 268, okay, it states about the duties that is levied by the Union but collected and appropriated by the state. Article 267 talks about the contingency fund, and Article 246, okay, it deals with the division of power between the union and the state. And Article 300, it deals with the suit and proceedings. And the water body with highest salinity in the world is Lake Van, okay, so Lake Van is the water body with the highest salinity in the world. So this Lake Van is in Turkey and with a salinity of 330%. Which of the following countries is not a part of Indian subcontinent? So Myanmar is not a part of Indian subcontinent, okay. The 7 countries, okay, that are part of Indian subcontinent are India, Bhutan, Maldives, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh, and Pakistan. The first International Earth Summit was held in Rio de Janeiro. The Manas Tiger Reserve is located in Assam. In Assam, we can also find Orang, Nameri, and Kaziranga Tiger Reserve. As of December 2024, okay, there are a total of 57 tiger reserves in India. And then the first tiger reserve was set up in the year 1973, okay. And in this same year, okay, the Project Tiger was launched by Indira Gandhi government from Jim Corbett National Park. Shanti Niketan, the university town which was recently inscribed by, so this is from the current affairs, okay. Now this Shanti Niketan is in West Bengal, and it was established by Rabindranath Tagore in the year 1901, okay. In 2022, India's highest literacy honor Champit Award. Okay, so this award for the 2024, okay, it was won by Urdu poet Gulzar. Okay, Gulzar's official name is Sampuran Singh Karla, so you have to know the name also. And then the Sanskrit scholar Jagat Guru Rambhadra Charya. Okay, so these two persons won this award for the year 2024. Okay, so this award is given only to Indian writers, okay, writing in Indian languages. That is included in the 8th schedule of the Constitution of India, and also in English. And then this award is not given posthumously. Okay, the disease rickets is caused by the deficiency of, so it is caused by the deficiency of vitamin D. Vitamins are classified as fat soluble and water soluble. In fat soluble, we will find vitamin A, D, E, K. Okay, and then in water soluble, we will find vitamin B and C. Okay, so the deficiency diseases are given as follows, so you can go through this. The alloy brass is a mixture of zinc and copper. Okay, we know that bronze is a mixture of tin and copper, and bronze is the first alloy that was discovered. And steel is an alloy of iron and carbon, solder is an alloy of tin and lead, and sterling silver is an alloy with silver 92.5% and usually some other metals. And nichrome is a various alloy of nickel, chromium and iron. Now, who was the first British Governor General of India? So this question is wrong, okay? Because like the first in the options, okay, in the answer key they have chosen option number A, Warren Hastings, and then Warren Hastings is the first Governor General of Bengal. So just know this, that first Governor General of Bengal was Warren Hastings, first Governor General of British India was William Bentinck, first Governor General of Free India was Lord Mountbatten, and then the first Indian Governor General of Free India was C. Rajagopalachari. Gautama Buddha gave his sermon at Sarnath in Lumbini. Okay, Lumbini was the birthplace of Buddha. Kushinagar is the dying place of Buddha, and then Bodh Gaya is the place where he obtained enlightenment. Which acid is abundant in the tomato? Oxalic acid. Oxalic acid, we can find it in tomato as well as in guava. So these are some important points, so you can go through this. Captain Jenkins and Pemberton led the first expedition to the Naga Hills in the year. So they led the first expedition of Naga Hills in the year 1832. According to the Article 53 of the Indian Constitution, the executive power of the Union shall be vested in the President. Okay, even if you don't know this one, but if you know the Article 52 to Article 62, okay, deals with the President of India, then you can directly choose the correct option from here. Now, Indian President, he is known as the head of state, and he is the first citizen of India. Okay, and Indian President, he is a symbol of solidarity, unity, and integrity of the nation. Now, President is the head of state. Okay, whereas Prime Minister is the head of government. So you have to know this difference. Next question. The Chief Judge of the Supreme Court of India hold office till he attains the age of 65 years. So these are some of the important age limits in Indian Constitution. Okay, so you can go through this. Next question. Who won the Player of the Tournament title 2023 Men's Cricket World Cup? So for the year 2024, okay, Virat Kohli, he won this title. Now the difference between ODI and T20 is ODI is played after every 4 years, whereas T20 is played after every 2 years. Okay, ODI was started in the year 1975, and then T20 was started in the year 2007. So these are some of the important points related to ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2024. Okay, the venue was West Indies and USA. Edition was the 9th edition, and then the official song was Out of This World. There were 4 ambassadors, okay, for T20 World Cup 2024: Yuvraj Singh, Usain Bolt, Chris Gayle, Shahid Afridi. There were a total of 20 teams. Out of the total of 20 teams, okay, USA, Canada, and Uganda, they played for the first time. Winner India, and then the captain was Rohit Sharma. Okay, so man of the series or player of the tournament was given, this title was given to Jasprit Bumrah. Okay, and Jasprit Bumrah is India's fastest bowler, and man of the match was Virat Kohli. Most runs was made by Ramanullah Gurbaz, he is from Afghanistan. Most wicket was Arshid Singh Arshdeep Singh from India and Fazal Haq Faruqi from Afghanistan. Top clock rule was imposed. Okay, so under this rule, okay, the fielding team has to start the second over within 60 seconds. Now, this rule was introduced so that not much time is wasted between two overs, okay, and the match ends in a scheduled time. For violating this rule, okay, there was a penalty of 5 runs, and then USA became the first victim while playing against India. Venue for 2026 will be India and Sri Lanka. Okay, ICC stands for International Cricket Council. Okay, the headquarters in Dubai, UAE. The establishment date was 1909, and then the president is Greg Barclay. CEO is Jeff Alardis, and Board of Control for Cricket in India establishment was 1928. The headquarters in Mumbai. Head president is Roger Binny, and chairman is Jay Shah. In which state of India the Kakrapar Atomic Power Project is located? So it is located in Gujarat. The largest tributary of Indus is Chenab. Okay, so these are the tributaries of Indus River. Okay, but the largest is Chenab. Luni is the largest river system in the state of Rajasthan. The longest river in Madhya Pradesh is Narmada, and then the longest river in Punjab is Satluj, and then in West Bengal is Damodar. Damodar river is known as Sorrow of Bengal. The Vijayanagara Empire was founded in the year 1336, and it was founded by two brothers, that is Harihara and Bukka. Next, the Champaran movement was held in the year 1917. In 1976, the Union government formed Sardar Swaraj Singh Committee to go into the details of fundamental duties. Now, fundamental duties is in part 4A of the Indian Constitution. Article 51A talks about the 11 fundamental duties, okay, and then this fundamental duties concept is borrowed from USSR. Next question, the national legislature of Denmark is called as, so it is called as Folketing, okay, Folketing. Bundestag is the national legislature, okay, of Germany. Okay, Bundestag is for lower house, whereas Bundesrat is for upper house. And then for India, we use the term Sansad, okay. And then Iceland, Althing is for Iceland, and then Althing is the oldest parliament. The Path Mitra app for the farmers was launched by Jute Corporation of India. 49 and 50 are from current affairs. Question number 51, the bell rings, okay, and he often goes for a walk. Question number 53 to 54, I am referring to never entertain the fear of being unsuccessful. From question number 55 to 58, okay, you have to arrange the following sentences and then make it to an original sentence. So 55 to 58, you can do it by yourself. From 59 to 61, okay, we have to find whether the sentences have error or not. So 59 has no error, 60 has an error because the essay is given on page 10, okay, not on but at page 10. 61, you would not have failed in the test if you would have worked hard. So this sentence is wrong. It should be you would not have failed in the test if you worked hard. So that's why option number C is wrong. From 62 to 65, you have to read the given passage and then answer accordingly. So you can do this by yourself. The answers are for 62 is B, 63 is C, 64 is B, and 65 is D. 66, choose the correctly spelled word from the alternatives given below. So for 66, it's A. 67, change the following sentence into indirect speech. So we have to change the sentence into indirect speech. For 67, he said to me, there is no water in the pot. So the answer is option number A, that is, he told me that there was no water in the pot. Choose the synonym of the following word. Synonym means similar meaning. So for verdict, it is a judgment. 69, choose the antonym. Antonym means the opposite word, the opposite meaning of the word. So upbraid means to find fault or to scold. Okay, so that means the opposite will be praise. 70, choose the correct meaning of the following idiom. So from head to toe means all over the body. In Microsoft Word, okay, dash align the text to the left as well as the right. So that is called as justify in Microsoft Word, okay. 72 dash is also known as worksheet, allows us to perform detailed analysis on numerical data, so that is spreadsheet. URL stands for uniform resource locator. 74 dash is a small size electronic component inside a computer that carries out various tasks involved in data processing as well as arithmetic and logical operations, so that is microprocessor. Cache memory, it is the fastest memory, and then it is placed between CPU and main memory. ROM is a non-volatile memory, and then RAM is a volatile memory. Question number 75 dash implies that the coordinates of a cell are not changed when a formula is copied from one cell to another, so that is absolute referencing. In Microsoft, PowerPoint dash determines the background color and picture as well as the color type of text on it, so that is slide design. Number 77, question number 77. Dash is a complex program that searches documents containing a specified search of keywords, so that is search engine. Web page, it is a document that is viewed in a browser using HTML or other languages, and a website is a collection of many web pages, and Google is an online search engine. Which of the following is not a GUI based operating system? So this is a GUI based operating system, this is a GUI based operating system, this is a GUI based operating system, so the correct option is option number D. Question number 79. A dash is usually granted for inventions unlike copyright. The inventor needs to apply or file for patenting the invention, so that is patent. Plagiarism means stealing or copying another's work and representing it as our own. And trademark, it is a symbol, okay, or phrase or word that identifies a product or a service and differentiates it from others. Dash is a system software, so we know that operating system is a system software, and then operating system was first created in the early 1950s, okay. And then this operating system, it means a set of programs which controls the computer working. An operating system is one of the best examples for system software, and some of the examples of operating system are Linux, Microsoft Word, VMS, okay. And Unix was the first operating system written in C language, okay. So in the question, they might ask like, which is the first operating system written in C language? Then your answer should be Unix, and it was developed by Ken Thompson and then Dennis Ritchie. And Linux is an open source, multitasking, multi-user operating system. And question number 81, GUI stands for Graphical User Interface. A dash is a connection from one slide to another, or a connection to a web page or a file, so that is a hyperlink. Okay, so this type of links are known as hyperlink. This type of links, okay, because when you click there you will go to another web page, right? So this type of links are known as hyperlink. A dash is used to transfer data between two computers, that is user datagram packet tool. File transfer protocol, okay, you have to know the full form. If they ask, the questions are usually asking what is the full form of FTP, so file transfer protocol. So this is a standard internet protocol, okay, and then this FTP, it serves two operations, that is to send and receive large files on the network. However, the size limit of this FTP is 2 GB, okay. Telnet is a text-based computer protocol, and then Hypertext Transfer Protocol is an application layer protocol. CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. Software used for maintenance and configuration of the computer system is called a system utility. Next, question number 86. If 78% of total amount is rupees 390, then the total amount is, so let's say the total amount is X, okay, then as per the question, 78% of total amount is 390. Since we're considering the total amount as X, just put the value of total amount as X. Now 78% will be 78 by 100, right? Of means into XX 390. Now if you send this one this side, okay, then the number gets transposed, right? So it becomes ultana, so that will be 100 by 78. So just solve and you will get the value of X as 500. So the total amount is rupees 500. Question number 87. If A is to B equal to 3 is to 7, then 4A plus 5B divided by 2A plus 2B is equal to, so we have to find the value of 4A plus 5B divided by 2A plus 2B. So in the question, they have already given A is to B equal to 3 by 7. So just from this equation we can find the value of a. Okay, after finding the value of a, we will substitute the value of a in this equation. Okay, now wherever there is a, we will put the value of a as 3 by 7b. Now putting the value of a as 3 by 7 by b, okay, you will get this equation. Now after solving this equation, we will get the final answer as 47 by 20. Question number 88, choose the odd pair from the following alternatives. So if you subtract, okay, if you subtract all the numbers, only for this number there is no 5. Okay, the n number is not 5, so from this we can say the odd pair is 130. Question number 89, we have to read the statements and then answer the questions, answer the question accordingly. Now in the conclusion, okay, the population per unit. So in this statement, the population per household is given, okay, but statement 1 is talking about population per unit, so this statement is not following. So only statement 2 is following for this option, for this question number 89. So option so the correct option will be option number B, that is only conclusion 2 follows. Next, question number 90, the pie chart given below shows the sale of different fruits in a day. So we have to find the amount of bananas that was sold. So the total kgs of fruits, okay, all the total kg of food is 1200 kg, right? So out of this, the banana is 30%. So we have to find the amount. So 30% of 1200 kg will give you the amount of banana that is in kgs. Okay, so if you solve, you will get the value as 360. Next question, complete the following analogy. Paw is to cat and hoof is to. So we know that cat's foot is called as paw. Okay, so and then horse foot is called as hoof. Okay, so that's why option number D is the correct one. 5 boys, Vasan is heavier than Manohar, but not as heavier as Raju. Jayant is heavier than Datta, but lighter than Manohar. Who is the lightest in the group? So if you arrange, okay, according to this question, then according to this question, Datta will be the lightest in the group. Count the number of squares in the given figure. So if you observe the figure, okay, if you take this square, okay, then inside there are 4 small squares, right? 1 2 3 4, and then the big square here. So each box has 5 squares. So and then how many types of big boxes are there? 1 2 and 3, right? So 3 into 5 will give you 15, right? So 15 is the correct answer. There are 15 number of squares in the given figure. How is my brother's father's granddaughters related to me? So here my brothers, that means me and my brothers fathers will also be my father, right? So my brother's fathers, which will be my grandfather's daughter, okay, that means my father and then the father's daughter will be brothers and sisters, yes or no? And then the daughter's daughters means her daughter. So how is the daughter related to me? Then we will become cousins, right? Next question, the square root of 5929 is. To find the square root, we use long division method. So we know that in long division methods, we always arrange the number in pairs. Okay, we do the division in pairs. So we know that 7 sevens are 49. So if you multiply here 7 will also come down, and here we do the addition part. Okay, here we do the addition part. So 7 plus 7 will give you 14. Huh? Now 59 minus 49 will be 10, right? And then when you bring down the numbers, okay, in long division method, to find the square root, we always bring the numbers in pairs. Okay, we don't bring like 2, okay, then your calculation will be wrong, so you have to be mindful of that. Now if you solve this, you will get the answer is 77. Next question, Miss Lata travels from place A to place B at a speed of 10 km per hour and returns from B to A at a speed of 15 km. Her average speed for the round trip is. So to find the average speed, okay, this is the correct formula. Okay, we can't find the average speed by using this formula 10 plus 15 divided by 2. Okay, no, this will be wrong. So the correct formula will be this one. So you have to remember this formula. Okay, to find the average speed, okay, always use this formula, then only you will get the correct answer. Now if you use this formula, you will get the answer is 12 km per hour. Question number 97, choose the figure that completes the pattern. So for this, just continue the lines, and then you can get the correct figure. So that means this figure is same with option number C. Observe the problem figures given below and select the one figure from the options which will continue the same pattern from the given options. Okay, so for this one, if you see this pattern, okay, if this arrow, now this arrow is going this side, then this point, the arrow is moving this side, okay, and then the arrow is moving this side, and then the point is moving this side, okay. So just this, so this is the pattern. So arrow is moving this side, point is moving this side. So arrow moves, point also moves, arrow moves, point also moves, arrow moves, point also moves. So now if the arrows come here, okay, then the point will go here. That means arrows will come here and then the point will move here. So the correct option is option number A. So next question, the LCM of 24, 30 and 45. So to LCM means lowest common factor. Now we know how to find the LCM, right? So the lowest common factor for 24, 38 and 45 is 360. If you multiply all this number 2 into 3 into 5 into 4 into 3, okay, you will get 360. So the correct answer is option number A. The value of, we have to find the value of this in question number 10. So if you know the identities, okay, we know that a square minus b square is a plus b and a minus b. Now with the help of this identity, we will solve this one, because this numerator, okay, that is 0.5 whole square minus 0.3 whole square is in the identity format, right? So instead of this, we will write a plus b, a minus b. Now this and this will be cancelled, the remaining is this one. So 0.5 plus 0.3 will give you 0.8. So this concludes this video. I'll see you in the next video. So thank you.